We have been invaded by Muppet Troopers. You've got to stick around for this one.
You're listening to WRRT, WompRatRadio.
Space. You will never find the more wretched hives come
Most impressive. You are not a Jedi yet.
The Force is what gives the Jedi its power.
I love you.
I know.
Binds the galaxy together.
I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here to rescue you.
No disintegrations.
As
Half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf.
This is where the fun begins.
Last reveal the Jedi.
Don't think. Use your instincts.
This is how Luke dies. With thunderous applause. Ahsoka. My name is Ahsoka Tano.
Why did you come here?
Because of you. And you're already know.
The belonging you seek is not behind you. It is ahead.
My name's Rex. She'll call me Captain, sir.
Sir, yes, sir.
They said 50 years old.
The commission was quite specific. The asset has to be terminated.
Go ahead. Slow down. Might want to quit while you're ahead.
you might want to quit while you're behind.
Not so fast. It appears I have an idiot's right.
I find your lack of disturbing.
He doesn't like you.
Sorry.
I don't like you.
I am Bo-Katan of Clan Kreese.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Use the Force, Luke.
Let go. You can't win. If you strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine. Put Captain Solo on cargo.
Big works.
It's work.
Almost there.
May the Force be with you.
Your destiny lies with me, Skywalker. Obi-Wan is to be true.
War's not great.
You were right. You were right about me.
Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. I'm bringing right away Stan Solo, Stan the man. What is up, buddy? How are you?
I'm so excited for today's show. I've been wanting to talk with these guys
Your
forever.
shirt is just screaming that you're excited, Stan.
It's
I got
my shirt on, I got my Kermit hat on. What would Kermit do?
What would Kermit do? You know what? I got one more intro to play.
It's the Muppet Show. Very special guest stars. The stars of Star Wars.
It's time to get things started.
I just can't get enough of that, Stan. Are you kidding me?
Oh, I love it.
It is the best. And look, WompRatRadio, thank you guys for joining us. Typically, we talk about Star Wars, but tonight we got a special treat. I need my decoder so I can read what that's saying around there. But look, Stan, here's how it goes. Not so long ago, in a galaxy far, far away, the Muppets united to restore color and fun to the Empire, joining forces, resulting in Muppet Troopers, and we are absolutely ecstatic to have some of them with us tonight. We have, and I'm going to introduce them based on their characters. We have Sam the Eagles in the house.
All right.
How are you guys?
We are doing great. Fozzie is in the house too. What is up, Fozzie, with a new mask under construction? You guys are awesome.
Fozzie, again, I didn't get a chance to see it very well.
Oh, sorry.
It's still under construction, right? That's a
I'm redoing my head. Yep.
Sam, can you go single screen?
I absolutely can. Let's.
I want to see those masks better. Not you.
Yeah, I know that. Give me a minute. I'm working on it. I'm working on it there.
Down on the bottom. There we go. Oh, that is awesome. So you're gonna have the jaw. No, jaw won't move because it's gonna be just the mask, right?
Yeah, I'll actually be looking through here. This will be meshed out because my head's not skinny enough to fit up in there.
That is great.
Which, by the way, one of the absolutely incredible Star Wars collections behind you. I don't even just amazing, dude. We'll come right back to that in a second.
All right. Let's see Sam again.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that does go back to me, but then I can see you're throwing all these things on me.
Sorry, on the bottom, the little
what you're throwing me off.
Click right up.
Anyways,
left, you'll see the signal. Anyway, that's awesome. That is a great. I love those.
There it is. Solo layout. I got it now. There's Sam the Eagle.
There we go.
We're going to talk about how you guys made these, how they come up with them. And by the way, I see the Star Wars 1-Up game behind you. Absolutely love that. I absolutely love that stuff. So, dude, we got to show the audience this because this is where I first went to and was like, come on, this is what it's all about. Fozzie's not in that one. We'll get back to you there. But guys, tell me, how in the heck did this thing start? You're pretty easy to spot when you do things like a Comic-Con or a Star Wars Celebration or a D23 Expo. But how did this thing start for you guys?
Well, it's basically about 2012. We had a couple of our other members, basically kind of our founders, right? Decided that they thought it would be kind of funny to do just Muppets and Star Wars. We all kind of grew up with it in the same time frame, right? Star Wars came out, Muppet Show was on. That's how we grew up. So they thought it would be kind of funny, and they did Kermit and Gonzo. And they did, I want to say it was one of the local cons, WonderCon maybe, or Fanfare or FanCon. And it just happened to be that it was on Jim Henson's birthday when they came out with the first event that they did. And then it just kind of, as we all kind of know each other and kind of costumed together, more Muppets joined on. So it's just kind of gone rampant. It's it's a local Michigan thing, I guess.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I noticed Gonzo was Vader. Was Gonzo originally Vader, or was he originally a trooper and then switched?
He was originally a trooper.
And then he got promoted.
Yeah, well,
he got promoted.
The same episode, right? Darth Vader was in that Muppet Show episode as well. So it's kind of the perfect matchup.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It is the perfect matchup. And, I look at some of these images that I Googled real quickly, but I can remember, and it wasn't all that long ago. In fact, that says available fall 2011. When you're at Walt Disney World and you just happen to be standing at Tatooine Traders and you can see Muppet Vision and the big balloon that used to be there. It was such a perfect matchup of characters. And we had the memories of the Muppet Show and Gonzo and Darth Vader that you just mentioned. I think all of that is so awesome in the whole context. And you guys have just taken this and made it real. I mean, I'm looking at R2-D2 and I'm thinking, how are you going to pull that one off? But it's all troopers. You guys are Imperial. Is that the way it works?
We're all part of the Empire. Yes.
All part of the Empire. So Fozzie, how did you start this whole thing?
Same kind of thing. It was Motor City Comic Con in Detroit, and
a little Comic Con, and then they get bigger and bigger. Okay.
Yeah. So I came in, and a Republic Commando was my first kit. That's what got me into the Legion. And in 2009 and 2012, I knew Mike and I knew Derek, and they showed up as Kermit and Gonzo. I was like, oh my gosh, that is awesome. And I didn't have a TK. I didn't have a Stormtrooper because, I'm 6'3" and I'm a little big to be a Stormtrooper. And
a little short to be a Stormtrooper.
So I went out and I bought a Stormtrooper just to be able to join the Muppet Troopers. And the original, there was masks made by Rubies that were Kermit and Gonzo and Miss Piggy and Fozzie. They made those 4 masks. And so nobody had claimed Fozzie yet. So I jumped in on Fozzie, who was always my favorite. I loved his horrible jokes, and, the dad joke humor appealed to me even as a, little kid. Waka. So yeah, I jumped all over it, got the brown bodysuit, found a horrible blanket that was the right brown fur color. Made my big foam feet, got my gloves, and then it was just like, you know, a pandemic of Muppets. We just spread like the virus, and people just kept joining left and right.
Well,
I think that Stan, I'm thinking the same thing, because Steel City or Motor City Comic-Con, Stan, you can drive down. I can drive over. I'm in Western Pennsylvania. That's why I said Steel City
Comic-Con. A couple of days for me. I'm about a full day's drive to Minnesota. So.
Is it a drive to you from there? No, we're talking Michigan. We're talking, for me, it's just around Lake Erie a little bit. Past Cleveland, Sandusky, I'm there.
It would be a good day for sure. Chicago.
Well, we need the Canadian border to open up first. So.
Well, that's the other thing too. Yeah. Well, gives you time to build like Muppet in the meantime.
Yeah, that gives you time to build your Muppet. That's exactly right. And it's interesting because you guys had mentioned there's only one Sam the Eagle. There's only one Fozzie. And if anybody sees them at a conference, it's you guys. So you guys have limited this just to the Muppets. I can't be Cookie Monster, can I?
That's a different neighborhood. So, well, right now we're the Muppet Troopers. Yeah. So, there's a few other groups out there that do similar. Matter of fact, the picture that you showed there with the group earlier, those officers were a couple guys from Germany actually. So yeah, and so we've got some local. Stadler.
I love the officers by Statler and Warda. That's just
so we've got some local ones that do it as well.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's right now we're
able to.
Yeah.
So
we got some others to show you guys too, and I love the mashup stuff. We talked about this, but I have like breaking news that I don't think all of you have seen. Are you familiar with The Masked Singer at all? You guys familiar with that?
I love that film.
So
today.
All right, hold on. We're going to show it before you say anything. This is today. Yesterday.
Take it off. Take it off.
Right.
What?
Oh, no.
It's Kermit!
Oh, that's funny.
Kermit is in the snow. That's just amazing. That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yes. And what I heard was that the actual guy, I'm sorry, I can't remember the name. It's not Jim Henson anymore, obviously, but whoever's playing Kermit now is the actual guy that was in the costume. And he tweeted, he said he had a really hard time not singing in Kermit's voice because he had to disguise his voice, and he's used to singing in Kermit's voice.
Oh, yeah, that would be interesting because now you're a puppeteer that's disguising the voice of the puppet that you usually do. So you got to take the voice, not your voice and disguise it, but Kermit's voice and disguise it. Wow, that's tough.
Yeah. He says that because the only time he ever sings is he sings
right, Fozzie. Boom. That's what I thought. I can't do that. I have a hard time with my
I had a friend of mine, he sent that to me. And it just as I was watching it, it was on Entertainment Tonight.
Yeah. So that happened yesterday. So that's hot off the presses. You guys, I hope it didn't ruin it for anybody.
I haven't seen it yet, so that's cool.
That's funny. That is funny. So here's some of that mashup stuff that we talked about. This is stuff that you could have picked up in Tattooing Traders for a while, but I remember seeing these things.
Oh, I know.
And
I could myself. I never got them.
Yeah, exactly. Same here. But there's Sam's a Jedi apparently.
Well, there is another Sam that I met at one of the conventions. She was from the West Coast. I think she's now down in Orlando, but she had replicated that exact character. And I've got pictures with her. So yeah, it was.
Oh, that's Sam and Sam together. The good Sam.
So why is there a Stormtrooper helmet in this kit though?
Maybe it's for the chicken. I mean, the chicken is Gonzo's.
I have that kit somewhere. So yeah, it's for the chicken.
Oh, okay.
It's for the chicken. Yeah, that's Camille. Which, by the way, I don't know if you saw any of the Disney Plus when the Muppets were coming out. They did the Mandalorian mashup, and then they did the WandaVision matchup, and it was Gonzo Camille, and like WandaVision. It was just funny. Anyway, I don't have that picture, but I thought that was.
I didn't see that either.
No, I missed that.
That's a really good one. I think one of the best ones there is Fozzie as Chewie. I mean, it's just natural.
Yeah, that's pretty easy. Just throw a bandolier on it, call it good.
Done.
Right. All right. So the next picture I got here, Sam, you got to tell us about this one. I'm assuming that's you.
Yeah, that's me. I believe that's probably California. I think.
Is that's a Wampa behind you? So is that a photo op?
Yeah, that was at the 501st booth where they had the E-Web blaster there. So that was I think that was 2015 15, I believe, when it was Celebration was out in Anaheim. So
that's just
that was a fun trip trying to pack Sam away, and then yeah.
You got.
But he made it safe and sound.
Are you carrying the head on the airplane?
I did not carry that head. I actually was able to get that in some check-in luggage, and it made it safe. But I was sweating bullets as we were flying. So
that would be tough. Because you don't know where it is or what's happening to it.
Yeah, exactly.
How smashed is it gonna get?
Inside the head, though.
Oh yeah, no, it's we definitely learned how to.
Can you describe your luggage? It had a giant blue eagle head in it.
all these feathers.
Ping pong ball eyes.
So how does that work, Fozzie, for like the 3D mask that you print? Would you carry that on, or I'd be a little more concerned with that one than the?
Yeah, I haven't gotten there yet, but yeah, I'd carry it on. I've done stranger things on planes. Once you're
have you worn it on? Once you're inside there,
but the airport thought they saw everything. Are you gonna flock that mask, or how are you gonna like flock it, or what are your plans for covering it?
So I found a couple of sweatshirts that are the right color and the right fur consistency. So I'm gonna chop those up and try that first. If not, I'll have to do a felt and get it roughed up. But initially, I'm gonna go with the fur hoodies I found.
Okay, yeah, and I know that the Muppet builders, they use there's a place called Muppet Pelts.
Oh, really?
You can order fur, and what they do is they boil it first, and it gets it kind of gnarly. And then for Fozzie in particular, they don't trim his body, but they trim his face quite a bit. And it gets.
I'm learning something here. I'm taking notes.
Yeah,
Stan's got it. I mean,
I'm all into building Muppets, so
that Stan's hobby is building Muppets or building mashups of Muppets along the lines.
Make it a lot easier, a lot less embarrassing going to Joanne's going, I need Sam Blue.
So that from Fozzie. So that's the older mask in this picture, and you guys could tell.
Yeah, the three of us on the left there, Kermit, Gonzo, and Fozzie, we're all in the Ruby's masks, and there wasn't an animal, so Hyper made his own, and yeah, it's always a hit.
He did. The eyes are just crazy. It's perfect.
Yeah. They are. The chain fits, a couple of drumsticks. You have to have those. So the Stormtrooper gear itself, is that a Stormtrooper costume, or are you guys making those too?
No, those are legit TK costumes.
Yeah,
they're TK costumes.
It just happens to be that we're all members of the 501st. So
that makes it a little easier.
Yeah, so it's kind of a twofer. You make some feet, and you get yourself a head and some fuzzy.
So you go from the I guess it's brown under to black, and then you get your Stormtrooper helmet, and you're right in.
Yep,
pretty much.
Basically.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
I love it. Let me see what I got next. So where was that? That's a lobby of a hotel someplace.
That's Dragon Con. That's the Marriott Marquis.
Marriott Marquis in New York?
No, in Atlanta, where Dragon Con happens.
Got it.
Mother of all cons.
Got it. See that? I need to get there. So is that then the same place that this one may have happened?
That's Chicago.
That's
Chicago.
That
was our last celebration.
So that's a full size X-wing there.
Yes. Yep.
Is that a prop, or what was that from? Do you guys remember?
That was a fan prop. I'm not sure what group built that, but
I believe it came from Germany, if I recall.
That's possible. A lot of those big props come from.
How the hell did they get it there from Germany?
It comes apart in sections, they said.
Mm-hmm. A lot of carry-on.
Holy cow!
Yeah, carry-on.
That's what I'm wondering. Is that on a boat or? All right, that's a whole nother conversation, right?
Yeah, it was crazy the props at the German garrison.
Yeah, I was gonna say that would be a heck of an episode. I'd
get a X-wing there also, or a TIE fighter.
Which, by the way, there's a lot of people making comments out there, and I apologize for not getting to them. But Dave and Kim and Jimmy, good to see you out there, buddy. There's tons of things going on. Linda, hey, Ian's guys, how's it going? It's all good. These Muppet guys are amazing. You got questions for them? Let me know.
I see. Chris asked. He says the X-ray machine photo must have looked great. Eagle in it.
Yeah, I can only imagine that.
If that were the case, I'd ask for a copy of that.
Kim wanted to know what year. I think you answered that already, but we could say it again.
What's that?
What year did this all start?
The concept came out the first 12. Yeah, 2012 was the first appearance of Kermit and Gonzo.
Yeah. Yeah,
so Kermit and Gonzo started the whole thing, and Gonzo as a trooper, not Gonzo as a
correct. Yeah,
got it.
He goes. He's also the boss, and he also will run the front line every once in a while when we need extra help.
Got it. Kim, good to see you. Tina, Chris. Wow, lots of people tonight. That's a great thing to see. So you guys bring the crowds. That's for sure. I love it. All right. So who I love Gonzo in the Vader, or he's in the throne. He's in the Emperor's throne.
He's in the Emperor's throne.
Yeah. Very nice. I see. You can't miss Sam the Eagle in the background. He's in all the pictures.
I'm kind of a little bit taller than most, and a little bit wider too sometimes.
It happens, right? Right. So it's kind of funny as I'm going through all these Muppet pictures. Or where was this at a celebration again?
Kermit, though. Different Kermit.
That's Chicago.
That's Chicago. So that's last year or 19.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was Kermit's first attempt at doing a cloth mask when his ruby started to blow out.
Okay, yeah, I can say it's a different Kermit.
So what's you say a ruby? What's that mean? That's the manufacturer.
Ruby's is a costume company. They do a lot of Halloween type costumes. But for what we were doing, the Muppet heads were pretty accurate. So we just bought the latex masks. But there's also kind of a it's a written rule. But Ruby's makes a Star Wars costume that's clearly a Halloween stormtrooper, not 501st approvable. So there's kind of that line in the sand of, hey, it's got to be screen accurate. So we're screen accurate, but we're totally mashing it up into something that would blow George Lucas's mind.
Well, sure. We'll get to some of the people whose minds you've blown here as we go forward. Chris says the bathroom breaks must be pretty interesting for you guys at the cons.
Just be in your suit. It's fine. It's like scuba diving.
It's like scuba diving. Ruby and Kim mentions that Ruby's does make some great costumes, so that's good. That is good. I got so going through the who do I got here? Oh wait, that's Bernie. I don't know how that fit in there. He's just everywhere. Moving right along. This looks like a basement someplace.
Oh, that was behind the scenes at Grand Rapids Comic-Con.
Yep.
Behind the scenes in Grand Rapids. Nice.
Mm-hmm. What was great is while we were taking these photos, Lando Calrissian came rolling by in a wheelchair and looked at us like, what the hell is going on?
Did he stop? Billy D. Williams is rolling by in a wheelchair.
Is Animal sitting on Ralph's shoulder there, or what's going on?
What's that?
Looks like Animal is sitting on Ralph's shoulders, like tiny.
He was up on a ladder.
Okay.
Oh, he's on a ladder, and Ralph must just be holding on to that ladder. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I think this one's a great picture of you guys there. That's a good. Fozzie's looking good there. I got to tell you, and you're going to improve on that Fozzie mask.
Well, the latex just dries out, and it's getting cracks in it, and then no matter how much I store it, it's such an odd shape that around the eyes and the mouth, it's going to wear out. So, and I want to make the head a little bigger because you can see as everybody builds and makes it true Muppet style, Kermit and Gonzo and Fozzie, we've all got really small heads, so we want to kind of catch up to the bobblehead look.
Everyone's just jealous of Sam the Eagle. That's what I'm thinking.
He is. He's balling.
He's got the big head. Kim wants to know if you got a Boba Fett coming anytime. That's or a Mandalorian in general, I guess, is a question.
We don't have any Muppets in Mando armor right now. So right now we've got Gonzo in Vader's armor. Then most of the troopers kind of go back and forth between either TKs or TSs. I think we've got a biker scout that kind of flies in and out. But mostly it's just white armor right now.
And the TKs are regular stormtroopers. The TSs are snow troopers, right?
Snow troopers, yeah.
Just to clarify that.
Snowtrooper being Canadian, I think that has to be a must if I were to do this.
Oh, the snow trooper.
Snow trooper.
Yeah. So we a lot of us we've got probably 20. I think we got 25 snow troopers in the area.
Yeah, and I was number 23, and a couple more have joined since then. So
yeah,
I think we've got the second most snow troopers in the world for all being in one garrison.
One garrison
always got us beat.
Yeah.
So do you have a garrison number, or you're talking the 501st Garrison? The Muppet Troopers aren't a garrison.
No,
you
the
have
Muppet
one.
Troopers are just,
They're going to say no.
Yeah.
They're going to say no, thanks. So there are some really interesting pictures you guys have shared, because clearly, as you attend these con festivals, there's some celebrities that show up at these things, right?
Yeah.
There's other celebrities.
Well, besides you guys, yeah, but this is pretty cool.
That was a Weird Al concert in Sylvania, Ohio.
That's a concert, okay?
Yeah. So Weird Al.
You went to the Weird Al concert in Sam the Eagle Muppet Trooper.
Yeah. So yeah, when Weird Al does his concerts, he reaches out to the local 501st garrisons in that area, and he does his The Saga Begins as his encore, and he has stormtroopers come out and Vader kind of do something in the back. So after we had done the concert in regular stormtroopers, so we ran back to the dressing room as the concert gets out. We're able to meet with him and get a couple autographs. Well, we've kind of thought that it was really appropriate that he met the Muppet Troopers that night, and yeah, that's where his management called us a bunch of knuckleheads. So
Weird Al, that's like a badge of honor.
Yeah.
Weird Al's manager calling you a bunch of knuckleheads.
They're all just weirdos.
No,
so that's a good point. Are you talking in Sam's voice and Vozzy when you're in there?
I talk as much as I can, as close as I can to Sam every once in a while. A lot of times we just don't do any talking. So, but every once in a while I'll chime in with the best Sam voice that I think I can do, which is probably.
We always have the waka waka.
Come on, what's the best Sam voice? You got something. It's a glorious 2.5 hour finale.
It's a very big finale of all the galaxies, but mostly America.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
What did he have to say about the Muppet Troopers?
Oh, Weird Al was great. So he came on, and it was so funny because he was talking to his management saying, "Hey, I need a picture with my camera." And so yeah, but it was pretty cool.
That's cool right there. He wants a picture with his camera.
So that was pretty fun.
He didn't say, "You guys should have been wearing this for the show."
No, I think that would have no one. We don't want to upstage Al, so
yeah.
Let him do his thing, and we'll just
I've seen Weird Al in concert, I think 3 times.
I've been lucky enough to be on stage with Weird Al 5 times now.
Oh wow!
In your 501st outfit.
In the 501st.
I've never been on stage.
Is that the? I love the. Met him in a swamp down in Dagobah, where it bubbles all the time. Does he sing that one? That's not the one you're talking about.
He sings that one after ours, I think. But he he does the Saga Begins that goes to American Pie.
Got it. Oh yeah. I know.
Anakin guy. Maybe someday later, but now he's just
nice. Kim wants to know who the dog's name was. Ralph the dog. That's Ralph.
Yeah, Rolf.
Rolf.
One of the original Muppets. Yeah.
Rolf the dog. Absolutely. All right. I got another picture. And this one's good because I love the it's a trap sign. That just gives away who it is that you're with. So
Tim Ross.
Yep.
Who is Admiral Akbar?
Admiral Akbar, yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. It's a trap. That's good. All right. Next one.
What was his thoughts? Do these guys get excited about this, or are they kind of like?
Yeah, every time we've ever seen any of the Star Wars celebrities or even some of the Muppet celebrities, they're great. As a matter of fact, a lot of times we've seen them come out to us. We don't have to go to them; they come out to us. I remember being in Anaheim, and we were just walking by the celebrity tables, and all of a sudden, Kirk Thatcher comes running out to us and kind of exclaimed how this is where his world's combined and crashed together, because he did a lot of work on Empire Strikes or Return of the Jedi, but Kirk Thatcher was one of the builders and worked a lot with Jim Henson and the Muppets as well. So yeah, it was great to meet him as well.
That is.
You'll notice in every picture you see, the celebrity is out away from their table. You know, they use that table as a shield all the time. But whenever they see us, they jump the table and guys, get a picture with me.
and not only that, they allow you to take your picture with them. Whereas normally you got to pay like $95 to get.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start charging.
Yeah. That's the neat thing is, you know, you see all those large props where we're by the X-Wing and everything else. There's usually like a huge line of people waiting to get their picture with it. We just walk by and they flag us in because they want the Muppet Troopers, you know, they want to take a picture of us with their prop. And of course we want a picture with their prop. So it works out really well.
Just to skip lines. That's the only reason we do it.
That's the only reason I'm carrying the head on the airplane. That's good. That's good. That's good. All right. There's a couple more. And this one's awesome because the two of you are both in this one.
Yeah. That's Jeremy Bullock. That was, he's a absolute gentleman.
Yeah,
and he came out with us a few times.
That's Boba Fett, who recently passed away, unfortunately. But I love that you're both in that picture. That's good. That's a really good one.
That's a great one.
And then the next one, kind of,
because when I met him, he was like super nice. So I'm guessing he had. What did he have to say about this?
Oh, he was great. Yeah, he was great. This was Motor City Comic Con. He was in town, and we actually a handful of us from the 501st actually took him and his wife out to dinner, and then that was
pretty sweet.
Got to sit next to him for about 3 hours and chat about his grandkids. It was great.
That's amazing, right
really
there.
Nice fella.
Yeah,
he's so polite. You'd think he was Canadian.
He's British. He's like a perfect gentleman, like an absolute perfect gentleman.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I got to talk to him for like 20 minutes at a con one time. We just chatted like forever.
That's so along those same lines is the next one here, which is David Prowse, which Darth Vader in the original trilogy. I see Beaker in this one. I think that's the first one I've seen Beaker in.
Yeah, there's a couple Beakers out there actually. Unfortunately this was before Sam, so I didn't get the pleasure of meeting Dave Prowse.
So when would this have been then, Fuzzy?
Early 2013, 2014.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember what event this was.
It goes back quite a ways then.
Yeah, we've been doing well. Yeah, it's coming up on a decade now, and I joined him in 2013, so this is 8 years of doing it for me now. So
that's crazy.
And what's the story on those blasters? Because they're not.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that. Are those Lego or those Nerf? What are they?
No, those aren't Nerf. That's I don't even remember what brand.
Busby Toys.
An off-brand, like Big Lots kind of brand.
Yeah,
right.
Busby Toy.
Yeah,
Busby.
Busby Toy. Yep. And we've got there's a couple other ones that we find any kind of garage sales or anything. If we can find them, we pick them up. But yeah, those are not. They're not just any standard issue. Those are Special Forces Muppet Troopers.
Right. Rolling deep.
Special Forces.
Woo!
I love it. That is the best.
Fozzie, you have your tie in this one. I noticed. Did you make the tie?
Say that again.
You have your bow tie in this one. Did you make it?
No, that's actually part of the mask. It's in all the pictures. Sometimes it'll get stuck behind a piece of the chest, but it's always on there. And you can see I've got a speaker on my hip there. Whenever I'm with the guys, I throw that on, and I'll have the Muppet theme song, the opening song on there, and the Rainbow Connection, and Moving Right Along, and And so as we're walking through, even if you haven't seen us yet, you're like, "What is that sound?" And then you'll hear the music, and you're like,
moving right along. That's just the perfect for the stormtroopers.
Chris is asking, how long have you guys been with the 501st? And
I joined in 2009.
I joined in 2012.
All right, and then the next question, Stan, you and I need to take care of that. You and I part of it as well
for a long time, but I think I'd rather do this. I'd much rather do this than be in the 501st. I think.
Well, this is more fun, and you don't have to be screen accurate.
And it meshes my two favorites together. So.
There you go. And you know what? This is all about fun. So, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to have you guys on, right? Because there are people that get so deep into Star Wars and all the little Easter eggs and all the things going on. And as much as I love the fun with it, because that's what this is all about, right? Just take it for what it is.
Yeah, we have a blast. I mean, like Fozzie was saying, we basically get in a line and we just kind of march through the con we find an open spot to stand and take pictures with folks. They come up. I mean, it's just everyone. Just it's amazing how much they enjoy it. And I thought it was one of the first things when I was out in California when we did this celebration out in Anaheim, and then we go down to Orlando and they're like, "Oh my God, the Muppet Troopers are here!" So we were I don't know, not necessarily expected, but at least remembered.
That's good.
Oh, it's hard to forget.
It's kind of fun.
So clearly before the pandemic, you guys had a schedule, or you knew where you were going, or do you have a website or just a Facebook page, or does it just happen? Like, hey, I'm going to Celebration.
Yeah, it just kind of happens. We don't really have any kind of schedule. It's basically wherever there's a con or wherever we can go, and we can get the guys together. It just kind of happens. We've done, of course, mostly Michigan events. Motor City Comic Con. We've got a handful of guys out in Grand Rapids, so we'll do Grand Rapids Comic Con. Maker Fair at the Henry Ford. The Muppet Troopers have been known to be there.
Okay.
So anytime, basically wherever the 501st is gonna kind of be, because since all of our Muppets,
most of you are there, so it's a central place. It's like like the specialty. It's special forces within the 501st. That's what it is.
We go. They need something colorful done, and they send us.
Yeah,
and that's what it is. It adds some color. It adds a little fun. Speaking of adding color to things, this is one of Jim Henson's cartoonists, right?
That's Guy Gilchrist. Yeah. He's did a lot of work with the Muppet Babies back in the 80s. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He does the Nancy and Sluggo cartoon. Really, really nice guy. Always appreciates when we come in. We've kind of invaded his table at cons probably about 3 or 4 times now. But yeah, truly a gentleman. So much fun to be around.
So he is an artist, and he worked on Muppet Babies, I think is what you said, right?
Yep.
What's up with the telephone there? I love the Kermit phone, by the way. That's
the Kermit phone, and I never remember the lady's name, but she was actually the Muppet of Rolf on Muppet Babies.
The voice.
She's a voice actor. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. I like it. And that's the first time I saw Swedish Chef in one of these too. That's cool. And there's a Scooter that we were talking about earlier. Yep.
Scooter, yep. So
Scooter with the jacket over top of the gear. I love it.
Yeah, Chef came on board probably about 2 years ago now.
That's got to be one heck of a jacket on Scooter to be over top of that. How many X's are in front of that one?
There might be a couple after it too. We're not sure.
Yeah. Definitely not a petite.
Chris,
definitely not.
How does everyone choose which Muppets they want to be?
You just, when I picked Sam, of course, Sam was one of my favorite characters, and it just happened to be nobody had done Sam yet. So yeah, so that's how you kind of do it. You kind of pick one, and hopefully nobody's really done it yet, and make them your own.
Yeah, and there's only one.
And it hasn't been done, I guess. Yeah. Because I always think that Scooter would suit me the best, but I'm kind of leaning. Maybe I'll have to get Floyd. I might have to do a Floyd one. Floyd Pepper.
That's good. That's good. And there are mashups all over the place through these two franchises. It's just nuts. And you just have to Google it. And there's so many things out there, like just artists. Like you got Yoda and Kermit's an obvious little connection there.
Gamorrean hitting on Piggy. That's awesome.
It's just, I just think it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. But you know what else I love too is the Muppet Show now being on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Right? Those last couple of episodes. So I had a clip I wanted to play, and then we're going to talk about this one, because how cool is it to see C-3PO dancing, for crying out loud? I just love this
now
stuff.
Comes the dance. Take it, Chewie.
So they did the song. So Chewie and R2 dance first. Yeah, he doesn't have the thing on it. Is that Peter Mayhew?
I believe that is Peter Mayhew.
Yeah.
C-3PO, you're next.
I said anytime, Tom.
No, but this is our big ending.
And 3PO dancing. I come on. They won't even let this happen anymore in the parks.
No.
Bravo.
So that is from, if you haven't seen it, that is from the Mark Hamill episode of The Muppets. It's season 5, I believe, that just hit Disney Plus. Season 4. Thank you. It is it's worth watching because it's just great. And Mark Hamill dances after this, by the way. He puts the tuxedo on and he does a tap dance, and then he meets Luke Skywalker, and it's kind of funny. That whole episode's good.
Yeah, best episode ever. Sam, you were we started off. You showed your mask. What is that all made out of? Is it like feathers, or is that felt, or what is the fur?
Right there is it's a few yards.
I figured this out, so I'm gonna put you full screen because I figured this out.
Okay,
there we go.
Yeah, it's a polar fleece. The cylinder. It's hard to see inside, but there's just some flexible foam in there.
Like a format type foam, like that type?
It's just like kind of like seating foam, a slab stock foam.
Okay, yeah.
Then basically we kind of just built the frame out of that plastic canvas. Basically everything you can find at Joanne and Michael's, right, is basically Sam.
And what are the feathers then?
The feathers are the polar fleece as well, just kind of
just trimmed.
Yeah, just trimmed and cut, and the veins sewn into it.
That's a cool effect.
Yeah, so a little bit of scrap fur foam, some felt for the eyes, a couple wiffle balls, and yeah, you too can be Sam.
A couple wiffle balls? Is that what you said?
Yeah, that's what the eyeballs are made out of, is some wiffle balls.
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So
that's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost Fozzie.
No, he's here. I'll get him back in a second. There we go.
There we go. Okay.
That's awesome. I love it.
Thanks.
I love it.
Very
I
cool.
love it. And I'm still looking at all the stuff behind you there, Fozzie.
Yeah,
you got it all? Is that what you said?
This is,
and those are all
yeah, since '95 when they started making Star Wars toys again. This is every 3 3/4 figure they made up through 2013, and this is actually 2-layered. The whole floor is done with scenes underneath, and it's all underlit, and all the ships in the ceiling.
Nice.
And
I love the ships on the ceiling.
room.
You're giving me ideas, and my wife is not going to be happy based on those ships hanging from the ceiling.
Hey, I went and grabbed our lanyard when we were at Celebration this last time. We all had buttons made up to give out as tchotchkes as we were walking around, and so there was 13 of us at Celebration 17, and that was before.
Nice.
I don't think Chef made it to that.
No, Chef wasn't there yet.
Yeah, so
that's awesome.
Got our own merch.
Chicago?
Yeah, Chicago, yeah.
I don't know how I get you guys in Chicago. I did not see a one of you.
We were out, 3 of the 4 days we were out there.
I was with some buddies, and they're like, "Hey, did you see the Muppet Troopers?" I go, "Where?" I went running. They're gone. It happened like 3 times.
They're moving right along.
Yeah,
What's going on?
And Kyle messages me and says we're doing a group photo in the lobby at such and such a time. I didn't get the message until after, for whatever reason, after it was done. It just was not meant.
Yeah.
Chicago.
As far as the lobby.
Chris wants to know if you have a Sweetums.
Yes,
we do.
Yes,
It's his brother.
He was in one of the. Yeah, actually, Sweetums is my brother. Yeah.
No way. That's cool.
Yeah, he's a big guy too. It looks like.
Yeah, he's a little bit larger than life as well. So.
That's awesome. You got the 2 big ones. That's it. Sweet. Well, who's taller, Sweetums or Sam the Eagle? When you're
Sam the Eagle's a little bit taller, but yeah, Sweetums is a little bit harder to wear.
I can imagine. It's a little bulkier.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the one that's difficult for a restroom break inside Sweetums. I would think so anyway.
It's always a go before we suit up. So, yeah.
Kim is saying, I guess you don't get asked to put a mask on when you have these on, like your loop mask.
No, we haven't. Yeah, since quarantine, these guys haven't come out. So,
that's bad.
We'll be out again
soon,
I'm sure.
Yeah, so I'm sure you have celebrations scheduled or circled for next year.
Not yet. Not at least not on Scam schedule yet. So
not on Scam schedule yet. We're hoping to get there. Stan, do we have a date for that next year? I don't remember.
26 seems to ring a bell.
Of 22 in Anaheim.
Yeah.
of 22 in Anaheim, and we only know that because we were signed up to go this year when it didn't happen.
Yeah, it's late August, and then the month after that is D23 Expo in September.
Nice, just stay out there for a month. Nothing wrong with that.
I'm thinking about it.
I have a job. I can't do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sam the Eagle's got a real job, so
yeah, I'm sure the rest of us all do too.
I got my ticket for celebration already though for next year.
I do. Good. So you got new Muppet stuff has come out. New Star Wars stuff has come out. I'm thinking Mandalorian. I'm thinking Muppets Now. Disney Plus in general. What do you guys look forward to as far as watching that stuff? Do you still enjoy it for what it is?
Oh yeah, no, I thought the Mandalorian was really well done. So
sure,
yeah, totally looking forward to see some of the newer stuff that's coming out. Yeah, so
Bad Batch coming not long. Yeah,
yep,
yeah. I love what Dave Filoni's done. I was the guy that read all the books in the dark years when there was nothing Star Wars, but there was 200 novels that got written. So Tim Zahn and those guys writing those books, and then Dave Filoni, pulling out the Clone Wars out of nowhere. You're like, oh, that's what actually happened. I was like, that captured the essence of Star Wars for me. So when he did Mandalorian and to see what went into that and all the directors take, really, it made me feel like I was watching Empire Strikes Back at the drive-in as a kid again. It gave me that same feeling.
Yeah, that's incredible. You had a Dave Filoni story before, didn't you?
Oh yeah,
one of you.
Yeah, so Celebration, 15 when we were out in Anaheim, there was a big cantina set up, and there was they had all the booths, where Solo and Greedo were hanging out, but so we got flagged into there. They wanted pictures of us by the cantina bar, and then the guys that were owning the prop, they said, hey, we've got somebody over here that wants to meet you guys. And we look over, and it's kind of dark. Dave was kind of just sitting in the shadows. And so as we walk closer, he kind of stands up into the light, and it's Dave Filoni, right, with the
that's cool,
with the Wolfpack shirt on and his cowboy hat, and I think we had pictures on our Facebook page, but so we got to meet him real quick, and that was kind of a surprise for us. That was really neat.
How cool is it that he sought you guys out and said, "Hey, come over here."
I think it's pretty cool when any of them, kind of flag us over.
Any of them,
because they don't really.
Except for Billy D. Williams, that's going, "What the heck?"
We've actually done a whole lot of things with his son. So Corey.
Corey,
okay.
Yeah. So we've done a few videos with him every once in a while when we're at the cons, and he always kind of comes out and sees us. So it's been pretty cool.
So that's pretty cool. So then maybe that's the connection he was trying to make. So he was telling me the truth. There is a Muppet Trooper.
Son, you got it.
Going down.
These guys I saw at Celebration, they were like Muppets and Stormtroopers combined,
all in one. And they are, and they do great at it. So I think the stuff that you guys are doing is fun. The stuff that the 501st does is really, in general, is awesome. When you look at some of the things that they've done with the hospitals or Make-A-Wish or whatever the case may be, it's amazing. And any cool memories from some of those things that you guys have done?
Oh well, all the hospital visits I've ever done are, they're some of the hardest troops, but some of the most rewarding too. I can just say thank goodness that a stormtrooper wears a full bucket, because I don't know how those space characters do it. So
yeah, absolutely.
So definitely. Those are some really, really fulfilling ones. Any kind of events that we do, charity walks at the zoo or anything like that, it's an absolute blast. So, yeah.
Have you run a marathon in suit yet? Sorry,
I don't do a marathon out of the suit.
Sorry, Fozzie, I interrupted you.
No, I was just going to agree with Sam the Eagle there that my two favorite things to do are the Muppet Troopers and hospital events. But yeah, he's absolutely right. You walk into a kid's room and the nurse is like, glad you guys were able to make it, and you get the story behind it, and you're crying inside your helmet. And
but it's amazing that, some of the visits I've done, no matter how bad off the situation is, those kids just light up. It's like, hey,
that's awesome.
They tell me that this is the first time, this young man has responded or smiled since he's been here. And yeah, I'm a wreck.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's really powerful. It really, really is.
That's awesome stories, and that's kudos to you guys for participating in that. That's all because you love it, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Even making the head that you showed us, man. That's a labor of love right there.
It's a lot of fun. It is. It really is.
And Fozzie's getting redone right now. I love that.
That's right. Got to upgrade. Fozzie 2.0.
Got to upgrade.
Yeah.
Fozzie 2.0. That's what we're working on.
I'm guessing that all that's on hold right now too, with COVID going on and everything. You're not even allowed in the hospitals.
Correct. We haven't done a whole lot like that. So no cons, no concerts. The hospital visits we haven't done. We've done some drive-by events, kind of. Some of our group has done some things like that. But yeah, a lot of it's been put on hold.
Or virtual. We've done some Zoom visits.
Yeah, we've done some virtual visits.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool if you pull that off on Zoom or a platform like this one.
Yeah.
That is kind of cool. How do you fit the head in the camera shot?
Yeah.
Well, no, you're in your bucket. You're not.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. You're in the bucket. Yeah.
Sit far back.
Just back up. Sit on the other side of the room. I love it. Like he said. I'm looking up at my Boba Fett mask, but I'm like, that doesn't work. I need a Muppet head, not a Boba Fett head. It works the other way. We'll figure it out. But thank you guys for some of the time tonight. Anything?
Thank you for having us.
It's fun to hear from you, to know what you guys are up to and what you're doing out there. Now we know who to look for. Well, Fozzie and Sam the Eagle. When you guys see these guys at a con or at a celebration or at a D23 Expo, maybe, I don't know if you guys have done that. You know who to look for.
We've never done one of those.
Never done a D23. There's sometimes there's a Muppet breakout. You guys walking in to a Muppet breakout where Kermit or Fozzie or and the actors are with them. That would be amazing.
Yeah, well, we did crash the auditions that they had for Star Wars when they were in Troy. I don't know if you guys remember, before Episode 7, there was this global audition, right, to try to find the new stars for Star Wars. And so they were in Troy at the Somerset Inn there, and we actually, 4 of us did kind of crash that audition. We actually made it into the audition room.
Sam the Eagle comes blowing into the audition room.
Sam, Kermit, Gonzo, and Animal. We kind of broke into that room, and they played it pretty well, because all I can remember is thinking, well, we're going to jail. And,
I get American Idol.
I can't remember the gal that was in charge of the casting, but she picked up the microphone, and the first thing she said was, "It's about time you guys got here." And then they had their whole staff take pictures with us for Lucasfilm. I think we made it into the Star Wars Insider that month.
Oh, that's awesome. Did you get an audition at all, or just pictures?
No. We got pictures of us sitting up at the judges' table and stuff. It kind of looked like an American Idol lineup, but no, that was a lot of fun.
It's awesome that it was in Troy and you guys were able to head over there.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Fozzie didn't make that one. No,
unfortunately, I'm a West Sider, and I couldn't make it over there. I had other stuff going on.
Put you that close to Chicago to get over to con, right? So
absolutely, yeah.
That worked out good. Mm-hmm. So it works out. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching out there. By the way, I see a bunch of comments. We love that. Tina, Chris, Kim, Jimmy was out there. Lewis, thanks for being there. Hollywood Crawford, good to see you. Hello, everybody. Katie, it's we appreciate it. That's for sure. And appreciate you guys. And I can't wait to have my camera or microphone, and Stan and I are going to interview you guys in costume at the next con when we see it. That's assuming I can get your attention. I don't know. You guys will be all over the place.
Well, we appreciate you guys at least wanting to have us on. So
unless you need a handler. If you need a handler, we can do that. Or you may find some Muppet show up and then the head comes off and it's Stan or me. You never know. You see what Stan's got behind him. He's got the know-how to make it happen.
Costume, I think. I want to make a costume.
I need it. So for the 501st, how do you get the TK gear? Is there a spot to go? Do you have to make that? Did you purchase it?
you kind of build it. Yeah, pretty much everyone builds their own almost, and then so basically anything you want to know, go on to the 501st.com.
Okay.
Then you can find different detachments for the different costumes. For example, Stormtroopers. There's a website or forum that you can go on is whitearmor.net, and kind of go on there and start reading and
cool.
And studying up on what kind of things. As Fozzie said, he's a little taller than the average stormtrooper. I truly am a little bit larger than the average stormtrooper in 1977. So, but yeah, no, you can build the armor to fit yourself and make it look movie accurate. So,
and that's what it looks like. It looks like everybody's shin's a little bit different, so you're going to measure that the right way. And
exactly. So no one says I look a little bit short to be a stormtrooper. So, but I always just like to let them know that Vader puts me in for the big jobs.
That's right.
That's exactly the way it works. I love that. So with the have you guys ever? So the 501st used to participate in the for Star Wars weekends down at Hollywood Studios. They used to do the parades. You guys get to do any parades or anything like that?
I was never able to make Star Wars weekends. That was always kind of a thing on my list. But
it's probably the biggest thing I missed.
Yeah, they stopped doing it, and that's actually how I first learned about the 501st. Was when I took the family down there. We happened to hit a Star Wars weekend, and as soon as we walked into MGM at the time, and then all of a sudden this platoon of stormtroopers marches by, and I'm like, oh, being a stormtrooper fan since I was 7, I was like, I've got to learn more about this.
Right.
So that's how I kind of started.
Yeah,
I love it.
When we were at Dragon Con in Atlanta, that picture you saw of us there in the hotel, there's a huge parade that goes on, all around the downtown hotels there. And that's, it's 30,000 people pack Atlanta for this convention. And we're in the parade, and Fozzie, I love you. And, you're getting all the, and we come around the corner, and there's a cop that stopped traffic, and he's totally not paying attention. And I bust out of the parade, and I go over and I push the cop out of the way, and I start directing traffic as Bobby Trooper. And he turns and he looks at me, and everybody's like, "Woo!" And so it actually ended up in the Atlanta paper the next day. Fozzie Bear directing traffic as a stormtrooper while this cop's looking at him like.
Anybody can do that job.
That's incredible. I love those stories. Yeah, that is the best.
We have fun with it.
That's awesome. Guys, thank you. I don't know which picture you guys to end with because there's so many cool pictures of you guys, but I thank you for your time, as does Stan. It's been fun.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Time, guys.
It's been absolutely fun. Thank you. Is there any good place to just you guys have a Facebook page?
Yeah.
Muppet Troopers is a Facebook page. You go like the page.
Yeah.
Cool. And what you do you occasionally throw on there like where you're going to be or if something's coming up, or is that
give some sort of a little bit of a warning or rumors that we might be out.
All right. I know we got a lot of listeners in Indianapolis area, some in Ohio, and I'm sure there's some in Michigan, but it's not that far from those places.
So yeah, like I said, most of us are based out of Michigan, so we kind of do this circuit, and sometimes if we decide to travel, we try to, like I said, we couldn't miss doing Celebration Chicago, so it was too close.
Well, yeah, exactly.
So yeah.
Fozzie, I'm envious of that collection. Thank you for joining us. Sam the Eagle, although I'm going to call you guys, I'm going to call you Aaron and Michael before we go, just so everybody. Absolutely. You guys have real names. So thank you so much. You guys watching, thanks for watching. I got the outro, and thank you so much. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Stan, thanks, my man.
This was fun.
Thanks for watching and listening to WRRT WompRat Radio.
Goodbye, old friend. May the force be with you. May the force be with you.
May the force be with you.
May the force be with you.
May the force be with us all.
And may the force be with you.
May the force be with you.
May the force be with you.
May the force be with us.
May the force be with you.
And may the force be with us.
May the force be with you.
May the force be with you both.
May the force be with you.
May the force be with you.
May the force be with you.
May the force be with us.
May the force be with you.
May the force be with you.
The force will be with you. Always. Remember, the force will be with you. Always.
The force is with you, young Skywalker.
May the force